So in which drawing does line C appear to be parallel to line D? What does parallel mean again? Noah, what does parallel mean? It means lines that never touch. So they want to make sure we pick an answer choice where line C and line D never touch. If I look at answer choice F, line C and line D are touching right here. Parallel lines cannot touch. Now this one, here's line C, there's line D, they're touching right there. Parallel lines cannot touch. Line C, line D. Okay, that doesn't look bad. But just to make sure they're parallel, I'm going to use my ruler and I'm going to stretch out my lines a little bit just to see. There's line D. That looks pretty good. I don't see them getting any closer. So this looks good. What's up, Bailey?
I remember from yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's practice. Mm-hmm. Okay. What's up, Bella? Oh, sorry. You sure? Okay. What's up, Bella? Once you finish, I can put the score on Google Classroom. Okay. And then here's line C, here's line D. They're touching right there. Parallel lines can never touch. So the only one that has line C and line D parallel is answer choice G. All the other ones show them touching. If I go to the back side, there are two more problems here, 3 and 4. Kayla draws an angle whose measurement is greater than that of a right angle. Okay, a measurement that is greater than that of a right angle. Okay, which term can be used to name what Kayla drew? So we want an angle that is greater. That also means bigger than a right angle. Who can tell me what's the name for the angles that are bigger than a right angle? What do we call those? Violet? Those are the obtuse angles, because remember, when we use our sticky note, a right angle is when they fit perfectly. But obtuse angles are the ones that are too big for the sticky note, where they don't fit. So my answer should be A. Acute angles are the angles that are smaller, where the sticky note won't fit because the angle's too small. Scalene, that's a trick one. A scalene is a type of triangle. Congruent's a word we heard before. Who remembers, what does congruent mean? Kylie? You said it earlier. You had it. Very good. Congruent is not a kind of angle. Congruent is when you're saying that something is the same size and the same shape. Has to be both of them. So the size and the shape are the same. That's what congruent means. Okay. Number 4. Mike drew and labeled the angles for the figure below. So here are the points with the angles in between. Which angles in this figure are obtuse? So let's go ahead and use my sticky note. Let's check our angles and see which ones end up being obtuse. Bradley, let's make sure we're focused on the math, okay? Remember, the obtuse angles are the ones that are too big for my sticky note. Is angle S obtuse? I'm taking a look at angle S right now. Is it obtuse? Jadine, is it obtuse? What is it? So what do we call this? What kind of angle is it? This is an acute angle. Okay, what about this one? Angle U. Is angle U an acute angle? Who can tell me? Angle U. This one here. Is this an acute angle? What do you think, Ezekiel? Is angle U acute or no? Or is it some other kind of angle? An acute, because it's too small for my sticky note. Another acute. Okay. What about angle W? What kind of angle is angle W? I'm checking this one with my sticky note. What kind of angle is angle W? What kind of angle is it, Noah? Obtuse. That one's too big. Okay. What about angle V? Let's check. Angle V. What kind of angle is that? Bella? Oh, what's up? No, there's no spelling words this week, baby. Who can tell me angle V? What kind of angle do I have? Alexa? What kind of angle is this here? From this one here, we're looking at angle V. What kind of angle is it? So does it fit perfectly with my sticky note?
No, sir.
Obtuse. Remember, a right angle? That's the one thing I always think about is Goldilocks and the Three Bears. When she's trying the different porridges and she's trying the different beds and everything, and she goes, this one is just right. So if it's a right angle, that means it fits perfectly. Not too big, not too small. This one, even though my sticky note does fit, it's too big because I have all this open room over here. So if it's too big, you're right. It makes it an obtuse angle. I've got one more angle. Angle T. What about angle T? What kind of angle is that? Nakai? Another obtuse one. This one's super obtuse, right? It's not even close to fitting my sticky note. There's a big space. So which angles are obtuse. We found 3 of them. Angle W, angle T, and angle V. So that's what I'm going to write here. W, T, V. And it says which angles in this figure are acute. We found 2 acute angles, S and U. Now angle T, like we saw and like Nakai pointed out, it's a super obtuse angle. There's a lot of space. In fact, if I take my ruler, look, angle T actually lines up with my ruler. There's a name for those kinds of angles. Jaylene, you know what we call those kinds of angles? Oh, what's that? Yeah, absolutely. Jadine?
You call it not too.
Yes, but it's a special kind of obtuse angle. Because you see how it lines up with the ruler? If I Yeah, so if I have an obtuse angle that is so obtuse that it lines up with my ruler, we call that a straight angle. Because it makes a straight line. Because if I didn't have that letter T there, I wouldn't have thought that's an angle. I would have thought that was a straight line there. The only reason I know it's an angle is because the letter T is there. So anything like that, an angle that is so obtuse that it lines up with my ruler, we call that a straight angle.